The word fitness in this day and age can mean many different things to many different people. You can be mentally fit, spiritually fit, socially fit, physically fit, and all are important to overall health and well-being. Maintaining balance, I think, is one of life's greatest challenges. Let's talk about that for a moment. In the physical world, the theme of dynamic balance is evident. The body is a perfect example. It's a biomechanical wonder made up of over 100 trillion cells. Just to give you an idea of the enormity of that number, $100 trillion bills connected end to end would extend 3 billion miles past our sun. And yet each cell has a specific function and works together toward the common goal of sustaining life. Even at rest, our bodies are working hard to maintain that dynamic balance that keeps us alive. Balance is possible because all living organisms have a unique attribute. That is the ability to adapt. Adaptability. Their ability to adapt to environmental stresses can mean the difference between life and death. In the 20th century, we have observed a tremendous change in the stresses placed on the human body. Negative stresses such as high-fat diet, mental stress, and too little physical activity have contributed to our struggle with cardiovascular and other degenerative diseases. The good news is that the body can combat these negative stresses through its ability to adapt to positive ones, such as exercise. The changes that take place in the body as a result of different types of physical activity are called the training effect. And there are three. The training effect is determined by these three principles: overload, specificity, and reversibility. The overload principle says that when a body is overloaded or forced to work at a higher than normal rate, it adapts by becoming stronger and more efficient. One of the most evident examples of this is the increase in size of muscles due to the overload of weight training. The specificity principle, the second one, says that changes that occur as a result of overload are very specific to the systems that are used. An example would be working out your arms will never increase the strength of your legs, and likewise, running long distances to train for sprints will not enhance your performance. The last is called reversibility. Sadly but true, changes will reverse when the stimulus or overload is no longer present. This is what you could consider the use it or lose it principle. Fitness must be a lifelong pursuit, and there are no quick fixes. Let's take a look at what defines physical fitness. Physical fitness is defined as the capacity of the heart, the lungs, the blood vessels, and the muscles to function at a high level of efficiency. A person who is physically fit has an enhanced functional capacity, or an enhanced ability to perform everyday functions. Sometimes we in the fitness industry get caught up in performance and pushing the limits of human movement through competition, and we often forget that the average exerciser simply wants to be able to perform everyday tasks with more energy, strength, and stamina. Your goal as an exercise instructor is to create workouts that improve a person's everyday life. And in order to do that, you must consider 4 components. These are called the components of fitness. They are cardiovascular, muscular strength and endurance, flexibility, and body composition. You must provide a specific overload that positively affects these 4 areas in order to maintain a balance of physical fitness. Let's talk about each. The cardiovascular system, the heart, lungs, and blood vessels, are 3 of the most vital systems in our bodies. They supply oxygen for all vital functions and movement. A person's ability to take in and use oxygen defines what we call their aerobic fitness. I'll talk later about what that means specifically. The second is muscular strength and endurance. Muscular strength is the sheer force that a muscle can exert, and its endurance is the ability of a muscle to perform a repeated movement over and over. Muscles provide the mechanical force that drive all movement, and they play an integral part in stabilizing joints and maintaining body posture. This is important because poor muscle strength can lead to greater risk of injury and is the #1 contributor to low back problems, something that is in epidemic proportions in the United States. The next component is flexibility. This refers to the body's ability to move its joints through their natural range of motion. As we'll discuss later, each joint has a specific movement pattern, and maintaining good flexibility throughout life will help decrease the risk of degenerative diseases such as arthritis. It will decrease the risk of injury during exercise and improve a person's ability to perform daily tasks. Lastly, body composition. This refers to a person's ratio between lean body mass and body fat. High percentages of body fat have been linked with an increased risk of several diseases, including diabetes, hypertension, arthritis, and even some types of cancer. Although we'll not be able to cover weight reduction in depth in the scope of this video, I'd encourage you to read the chapter on weight management in your AFA manual. A majority of exercisers who attend your classes are there because they want to lose weight, and you need to understand the physical dynamics at work with energy consumption and energy expenditure as it relates to exercise. We'll talk more about the role muscle plays in boosting metabolism in a later section as well. As we progress, we'll talk about more specific changes that occur in the body as a result of the training in these 4 areas, so that you as an instructor can understand some of the physiology of what's happening within this phenomenal machine we call the body. For most people in your classes, however, they'll be satisfied by the positive benefits that they experience, which include more strength, stamina, and energy, better sleep, weight loss, and lower cholesterol. Take a moment now and review these principles of training and 4 components of fitness. When we come back, we'll take a look at what makes human movement possible.